Hello, welcome back to the Craft Scraps. I am Lauren, and today we are going to be playing with some acrylic and gold metallic vinyl and chalk paint. Today we are going to be making some super fun table numbers with gold metallic vinyl and also some chalk paint, and I'm just obsessed with how these turned out. You guys already know, if you're on my Instagram, I don't know if I've put it on my YouTube channel yet, but I'm obsessed with this font. It's called A Flower for Rosaline, and I got it on font bundles. I will link it below if you're interested. It's free, and it is the best font, and it is going to be all over our wedding reception. I'm super excited. So today I'm going to be using these acrylic pieces to make these table numbers, and again, those are also linked below. I really like these ones because they're relatively thick. I don't know if you can see that, but they're about like maybe a quarter inch or so. So they're sturdy and I really like them. And then for the paint, I'm going to be using this Anti-Tay chalked up paint with the Creative Sister. This is their color Blanco, and I really like this one. It's like a true white paint, which I really appreciate. And then you already know I'm using my favorite gold metallic vinyl that I also got from Shop Anti-Tay. Of course, you can always use my code TheCraftScraps to get a little discount, but no pressure either way. So I'll show you guys how to do one with this like paint background effect and also one without it. I couldn't find the table number, but this is an example of something I did without the paint. It's kind of hard to see like because it's clear, but I thought this turned out really cute as well. Don't forget to like and subscribe, hit the notification bell so you always get notified when I post a new video, and I think that's it, so let's get into it. Alright, so for my table numbers, these are what they are going to look like. So of course I'm going to be using the Flower for Rosaline font because I'm obsessed. All I'm gonna do is I'm gonna come over here to text box, and I just searched for this font, and it is a current font as well, so I'm just so happy about that. Again, this font is from Font Bundles. I don't know if they still have it for free, but if they do, I'll link it below in the description. Also, I believe Anti-Tay is going to start doing some SVGs with this font. I'm not sure. I'll have to check with them. But I've told them how obsessed I am with this font. And I think they have it in their repertoire as well. Repertoire? I don't know. Anyways, they have it. So I'm just going to start by typing out the word table. So with the Kern font, what's nice is you can see that all of the letters type pretty close to what they should naturally look like. And so if you're happy with how it is, you can come over here and click weld and weld everything together. But I do want to fix this little E. So I'm just going to click on it, ungroup, and then just scooch the E over a little bit. Now I'm going to select everything again and hit weld. And then for the numbers, I'm just making a text box and I'm just typing out 1, 2, 3, so on, so forth. And so to size these, what I like to do is I like to make a, sorry, it's my brother just texted me. I like to make a shape that is close to the measurements of what I'm going to be putting my vinyl on, just so I can kind of get an idea of what it's going to look like. So for this, I have a rectangle, so I'm going to make a square shape, and I'm going to unlock it so we can manipulate the shape however we want. I'm going to bring it up here and just move this out of the way. And the acrylic piece I'm using is 5 by 7, so I'm just going to make this shape be 5 by 7. And I'm going to come up here and just change the color to white just so I can see what I'm doing. So now I'm basically just going to place my text on top of this, and I'll size it from there. So I'm going to right click and bring it to the front so it'll be on top of this. I'm going to unlock the text so I can kind of manipulate it, stretch it out a little bit. All right, and then for the numbers, same thing. So I'm just gonna stretch them out till I like the size. So that's what table 1 would look like, table 2, and table 3. So now that we are happy with our sizes, we can get rid of this rectangle because we don't need it. And now we're basically ready to cut. So the numbers I'm just going to leave as is, and then for the table I want to make like 4 or 5 of them. So I'm just going to click on the text and come over here and duplicate it as many times as I want. Alright, so now that we have everything how we want it, we can come over here to make it. And love when everything fits on one piece of vinyl. So freaking nice. And actually I have too many spaces in between these. I don't think that's necessary. So I don't want to waste all this beautiful vinyl I have. So alright, that's better. So come over to make it. And everything is good to go. Turn on my machine. Oh, it's unplugged. We are going to cut this out with the metallic vinyl setting. All right, and so now we can load our mat, and I'll switch you guys over to the camera so you can see how we're going to make it. Okay, so before I cut my vinyl, I want to paint my acrylic pieces just so I can get them to start drying. So the paint I'm going to be using is this chalked up paint by the Creative Sister and Auntie Tay. It's in their color Blanco. They have another kind of white-ish color called Brie, but it's really more of an off-white, and this Blanco is a true white, so I like this one a lot. And you'll see here I've already done some, but these are with acrylic paint, so I'm going to do these with chalk paint and just see the difference. I will link the acrylic pieces that I'm using below. I got these off of Amazon, and I'm really happy with them. I will say I did think they were coming with like the stand, so I do have to buy those separately, but oh my gosh, finally. Alright, so you can see they're about maybe like a 1/4 inch thick, so I'm really happy with these. To paint these, so this is the look that I'm going for. It's kind of this like, I don't know, messy, watercolory, I don't know, look, and then we'll put the table number blah 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 here, or you could just do the number. I'm going to try it with table 1, table 2, and see how that looks, but if I don't like it, then I'll just take table off. I'm just using this paintbrush. This is a stencil brush I think I got from Michael's, but you can use whatever paintbrush you have. And there's no really like right or wrong. I just kind of like go for it and see what I like. So I'm just gonna like kind of like make some strokes. And with this chalk paint, I think I will have to probably go over it just a couple of different times. It's just not as opaque as the acrylic paint is. And so then this is what it'll look like. So yeah, again, I think I'm going to go over that a couple more times once it dries. Alright, so the vinyl I'm going to be using for this is my absolute favorite gold metallic vinyl right now at the moment. I got this from Auntie Tay. I'm not sure exactly what brand it is, but I don't care. It is freaking gorgeous. Alright, so I've put the vinyl on my light grip blue mat, and I've trimmed it just so it fits accordingly. So my Cricut light is blinking so we can insert our mat. Alright, so I'm just going to click the arrow button as I give it a little push, just a little nudge. And then once our Cricut light starts blinking, we can cut. Alright, so now that our Cricut is done cutting, we can move our machine out of the way. And I'm just going to take this vinyl off the mat by flipping it and peeling the mat from the vinyl just to prevent it from curling too much. Get the mat out of the way. And I'm also going to trim these so I can weed out each individual. The numbers I will leave in one chunk, but the tables I want to weed out individually just to make sure all of the letters stay intact. And then I'm also going to trim this because I don't want to waste it. Alright, and so as I mentioned, now we are going to weed out our letters. So basically what that means is I'm just going to get rid of all of this extra vinyl that's surrounding the, you can't really see with the reflection, but that way we'll just be left with the word table. So I'm just going to pick up a corner. Alright, and so now I'm just going to start peeling away the vinyl. And the metallic vinyl setting really makes a difference with this. I accidentally tried to weed it with the regular vinyl setting earlier and it was a disaster. So definitely if you're using this material, use the metallic vinyl setting. So now I'm just going to go back and get rid of all of the middles of these letters. You guys, I'm obsessed with this font, okay? Obsessed. Alright, so we're left with our word table. So now I'm just going to do that with the rest of these and then I will do the numbers. And so now I'm going to weed away the numbers. So this is gonna look crazy because I have the 1 over here, so it's like totally backwards. But yep, same thing. I'm just going to weed away the excess vinyl with these numbers. So now we have our numbers that are in a really random order. So now I will show you what it'll look like on one that has the paint on it and one that has no paint on it. So of course for this I'm using my tried and true transfer tape from Expressions Vinyl. This is their masking transfer tape. I get this from Auntie Tay, but there are other places you can get it. So here is the one with the paint, and then here is just no paint. This is just plain acrylic, so I'm pretty happy with how this turned out. It only really took like 2 coats of that chalk paint, and I think it gives it a nice opaque but not too solid of a look. So there's that. We have our plain one, and so now we are going to transfer. So I'm just going to take a piece of transfer tape and I'm going to place it on the table. Give it a good scrape. And so I'm also want to mention I'm placing this on the side without the paint. So this has the paint actually on it. This side is just the opposite side of that. Alright, so I'm just going to turn over my transfer tape and peel away the carrier sheet. And so you can see it comes off super nice. And so now I'm just going to place this as close to the center as possible. Actually, I'm going to trim this a little bit just so I can see better, get a better gauge of where this is going to sit. Alright, so I'm just going to press the center first. Give it a good scrape. And then just peel away, and I'm just going to kind of give it a peel and press. Alright, so I'm obsessed with how that looks. So pretty. And so now we can do the actual number. So I'm just going to use the same piece of transfer tape, put it on the 3. And peel away the carrier sheet, and then just place it relatively close to the center, or really wherever you want. Give it a scrape and peel away. Alright, so how gorgeous does that look? Oh my god, so pretty. So now I'll show you really quick what it would look like without the paint behind it. I mean, it'll look pretty similar, but it will give a different look to it. So I'm going to use the same exact piece of transfer paper. So I'm going to use the exact same piece of transfer tape. Peel away the backing, and there's a hair in this. Oh my god. Well, I got most of it out of there. Alright, so now same thing. We're just going to place it in the center or wherever you'd like. Give it a good scrape. Peel away the transfer tape, and now use the same piece and transfer your number. And there is with no paint. Alright guys, so I hope you found this helpful. There's 2 different ways you can make your acrylic table numbers, and of course this would work for signs or basically whatever you want. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and as always, happy crafting!